Welcome back. 'Twas the night before Thanksgiving, and all through the town, not a creature was stirring, because the governor closed everything down. Welcome back, y'all. Let's talk. I had to. Alright. Happy Thanksgiving, guys, first and foremost. I hope you're going to spend it with your friends and family, despite your government mandate not to. See, if you have no one to be thankful with, what's the point of being thankful, right? So here we sit, on a serious note, the night before Thanksgiving. Governor of Pennsylvania closed all bars and restaurants down at 5 p.m. unless you're buying food. No alcohol sales after 5. Now, I'm going to look at that from a two-sided coin. Back in the day, I used to run a bar. The night before Thanksgiving is the biggest bar night of the year. So if you're a bar owner, that really hurts your bottom line. On the upside, he probably kept DUIs to a minimum, and maybe even saved somebody's life from a drunk driving accident. That's the only bright side I can think of. But the reality of it is, it's a prelude, right? It's a prelude to a dark winter. Barring some judicial miracle, and as far as miracles go, I think there's only one person that takes care of those, and it's not the courts. So barring some judicial miracle, in like 2 weeks, we are going to officially have President-elect Biden. Because, well, he's not president-elect yet. I hate to break it to all the media types that keep calling him president-elect, but the Electoral College has not been seated. Their votes have not been cast. So, let's just call it what it is, media grandstanding. In my area, East Stroudsburg School District, the Delaware Valley School District, and possibly the Wallenpaupack School District have all closed their schools starting either today or yesterday, depending on when they let out for the Thanksgiving holiday, until January 15th. Now, I suspect that's in anticipation of the inauguration of a President Biden who's going to say, shut it all down. So that's one of those he's vacillated back and forth on. But his health and safety guy, or health and human service guy, said, nope, we can shut it all down for 6 to 8 weeks, if not longer. So I would anticipate these school districts, or I would project that these school districts are anticipating another Joe Biden or a Joe Biden lockdown. Starting shortly after he's inaugurated president. It's that freaking big old buck again. I think he got a death wish. If you haven't noticed, we're back to shortages in grocery stores. Well, I don't know if there are actually shortages in grocery stores, but a shortfall of items on the shelf, i.e. cleaning supplies and toilet paper. Looks like COVID-21 is going to be a repeat of COVID-19 in that aspect. That's the first thing. Second thing is the insanity has already started. In a lot of states, the governors have put out these executive orders or these health and safety requirements, whatever they're calling them, that you can't have more than 10 people at your house for Thanksgiving dinner. So our non-emergency line rang today. Our non-emergency dispatcher answered it. And the question of the hour was, what are we supposed to do if we see our neighbor with more than 10 people in their house? My sergeant promptly grabbed the phone and said, "Don't call us with that bullshit." Just like that, on a recorded line. And hung up the phone. But the fact of the matter remains that there are those people in society that are very eager to rat on their neighbor. And I've harped this in a couple of videos now. In New York, they've got building inspectors and health inspectors with binoculars looking through people's windows. Which, if that's not an invasion of privacy, I don't know what is. In California, Los Angeles, the mayor is threatening to cut off power and water to buildings, facilities, and residences that don't comply with his order. Of 10 or fewer people in their home for Thanksgiving dinner. Now, it's no secret that I'm not a fan of government intervention beyond the minimal necessity in our personal lives to begin with. But once you start telling me what I can and can't do in my own home, my response goes from a typical eye roll and, yeah, I'll put on a face diaper to go into the store because I don't want this business owner to get shut down by some Karen who calls the Department of Health. Excuse me. Because that's their livelihood on the line too. Hey, you have to wear a face diaper in your home when you're not eating if you have people from outside that don't reside there, and you can't have more than 10 of them. My response turns to get fucked. Plain and simple. that's a microcosm of things to come. The Biden administration, or the proposed Biden administration, is planning to infringe on your inalienable rights in some unconscionable ways. I.e., I read a quote from, I don't remember who the guy was, somebody that Biden wants to put in his cabinet, that said free speech isn't always free because, hate speech. Okay, I can almost get on board with that if you're throwing out some Nazi propaganda. Talking about a certain race of people being subhuman. I could almost get down with that because it did lead to the genocide of how many million people in the 1940s? Yeah. But at the same time, what you say in your own home is your business. Infringements on your Second Amendment. Now, if you're going to say, well, I'll just bury my guns, well, you're an idiot. Because if it's time to bury them, it's probably time to dig them up. And I've heard more than one FUD prepper channel say the same thing. Bury your guns. Hide your guns. They won't find them then. Well, yeah, you hide them good enough, you're not going to be able to use them when you need them either. Dickhead. The cold hard fact of that is there's not the numerical superiority to go door to door to search for John Doe's AR-15 or Jane Smith's AK-47. There's just not. But I guarantee you these snitch programs are going to work pretty good. Hey, I was over at a vent's house for a couple of drinks. You know what? He wasn't wearing a mask in between sips. And I don't live there. You know what else? He was talking about freedom and the Constitution. And Mrs. Event was agreeing. Well, that's dangerous. But that's not it. That's not all there is to it. I went to go use their bathroom. And when I walked past the bedroom, the cat meowed, and I saw one of those assault weapons in the corner of his room. If you only saw one, you didn't look very hard. But beyond that, okay, well, thanks. Do us a favor. Let us know when Mr. Horizon goes out for the day. And maybe Mrs. Horizon, too. Lo and behold, you come home, find your house ransacked. church stuff missing. Two dead dogs, 4 missing cats. Was I burglarized? First thing I'm doing is calling the police. Oh, good, he's home. Oh, Mr. Horizon, you're under arrest for violating the Gun Control Act of 2021. Your home wasn't burglarized. We came here and confiscated these dangerous weapons. Better yet, well, I was over at a vent's house for some drinks. I don't live there. He wasn't wearing a mask in between sips. We're going to cut his power and water for non-compliance with our health and safety protocols. Pay you a visit in the middle of the night to take you to one of those unofficially proposed re-education camps. That's what a dark winter could look like. It's no secret these people want to do you harm. They want to remove you from society one way or another. Figure out how you're going to deal with that. But in the meantime, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Hell, most of you are probably going to be watching this after you fat on turkey. I hope so. I have to work tomorrow, so have an extra slice for me. Enjoy the time with your family and friends tomorrow. Don't give up on the founding principles this country was born from. Most of all, come up with a plan on how to deal with what could be our future. And remember what Ben Franklin said. Any man that would trade freedom for security deserves neither. Catch you in the next one, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe.